everyone, and welcome to a new year, 2023. Hard to believe that we're already in the new year, but here we go. So this is the first card making project I'm gonna show you, and this is actually, we're using some of the new paper from this really adorable paper pack that is in the January March catalog, and it's called Is A Hoot. And as you can see here, it's got some really nice vibrant colors, and I just love these bubbles here. So we're gonna use this one. It's got a little bit gold in it, and then the back side or the other paper we use is this one here, but we only use a little bit of it. So let's get cracking. But yeah, this is a really cute paper pack. So even if you're not, let me show you again, if you're not into owls or something, there is a lot of different things you can do. So the sticker sheet has a couple owls in them, and you can use them for a card or something. But if you leave those out, the rest is pretty neutral. It's got some gold foil on it and really pretty colors and designs, I think. So there's a lot you can do. Picture My Life cards come along. There's a really pretty embellishment pack, and then you have your matching cardstock. So there is a ton in here, and I have actually this workshop right now here I'm working on, but I will do my own spin to it, so stay tuned for that one. And if you're interested in this catalog, I'm gonna put a link down below so you can download your PDF or you can look it online. And if you want a real catalog in your hands, just contact me and we go from there. All right, so let's get going. If you are a member of my class and you got this one at home, make sure when you pull it out, you be careful because there's a lot of tiny little things in here. So the inside is stamped. Make sure you put it the right way around. Then we have all these little pieces here. This one we need at the end, our gold. This one we have to cut out. Here's some bling. And then we have our paper. Isn't that fun paper? I just love this with the gold inlays in here. So if you're in class, you will be stamping this one in black ink. But if you're at home, you don't have to stamp there. So naturally it's done for you. And this is the way I put them together. So I put the purple one on first. Just so you get the spacing right. And these go along, so this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, so a quarter card. And this strip is cut by 1 inch and 5 1/2. Let me put this down here. Make sure it's straight, which it isn't. It's always tough when you're not looking straight across from or above of your project. But let's use our Versa mat here. Okay, so I line this up here so I know it's 1 inch, so it should be lining up here, and then it should be lining up here, and there you have it. And we do the same for this one down here, which is this strip. That's the wisteria paper, and again I'm just adding a little bit adhesive on here. And we're lining this one up here. This is why these mats are so great, because you can really line everything up on here and it's straight. If I cut the paper right, but usually it's straight. So there we go. So we have the top and the bottom, and now it's pretty much just lining things up down here. And I can see I got this one a little bit over here, but instead of pulling it up, I'm just cutting this off. There you have it. There's a little bit. Sometimes the strips are a little bit longer. All right, there we go. All right, now let's let's put the gold on. And for the gold, I'm just using a little bit liquid adhesive because it's wider than my tape runner, and I don't really feel like getting off all the adhesive of the mat. But if you ever encounter and you have these 1/4-inch strips like this one is, sometimes I have two that I have to put on a project, so I lay them right next to each other, run the tape runner down, that way they both get adhesive on at the same time and I don't have excess to worry about. All right, now both of these strips are 1 inch and 5 1/2, and then this one here is 1/4 and 5 1/2, so we're just butting it up right down here. Something is sticking here. Okay, and now we have our pretty paper, and if you want to, you can raise it. I put mine directly on, but what I did was I lined it up with this gold strip, and then it might overlap the top here just a hair, so it fits nicely. It gives it a clean finish. All right. Okay. All right. So now I'm just lining it up. There's the culprit. I could feel something still sticky. All right. Now we have this little piece here, and all you want to do is cut in a fin. So what I do is to get the V, I just take the middle, and it's approximately the middle of this line down here, and then I go as far up as I want the V to go, and then I just cut from one end to the tip, and I cut from the other end to the tip. And there you have it. That usually gives you a pretty even V shape. Okay, so while this one is raised, and before I put this down, I'm gonna put this little squirrely thing on here, and it's just a circle. And then if you want to, you can put your heart in, and then just continue the line. There you go. And it's supposed to be a little bit wonky, so. And we adhere this at the end. Next is our cake. So this stamp set is not close to my heart. I had this in my stash for a while, but I like the wonkiness of it. And it is stamped in Wisteria. And, no, excuse me, it's Periwinkle. The paper is Periwinkle, and the ink is also Periwinkle, and I use the light side of the Periwinkle. Remember, our Close to My Heart papers have 2 tones, so there's a darker and a lighter hue of each color. So this is the darker one, but we are using the lighter one. I can hold this next, you can see the little difference. And then I stamped it in Periwinkle first, and then these little decorative items are stamped in Wisteria. And when you stamp it first, it looks very dark, but once the ink dries, it lightens up. And then I used one of those gel pens. This is the one, what is this, clear gold, I think. And then I just enhanced a few little pieces on the candle up here. So this one you have to fuzzy cut, and to give you a little backup lesson on how to cut, try not to cut with your scissors, try to move your paper. So I like to start down here, and I just leave a little edge around my piece, and then I'm just guiding my paper along. I keep my scissors pretty stiff, and I'm just using my paper and guide this one around here. And as you decide if you want to go close to the image or if you want to leave a little bit space around it. So in this case, I left a little bit space. It's up to you. And then we have our candle here. A little bit further. There's our candle. And then we just keep going down the other side. And like I said, you'll just rotate the paper in your scissor. You kind of keep the scissors stationary. And I'm trying this here. Okay, you know how this goes when you get a little bit up in age. Not that I'm old, but sometimes your eyes don't focus anymore. So I need glasses to see far away distance, but up close I can take my glasses off. But there's a fine line between when those glasses are off and how far I can hold the paper or not. So and since I can't get with my head and the camera shot, I have to find a middle ground here. There you go. All right, there's our little wonky cake. And just to show you again, so this is the lighter side we stamped on, and this is the darker side of the paper. So this is the same cardstock sheet, but you get two tones, which is really nice. Sometimes one works better than the other, and you can always double mat them for photos. So there's a lot you can do. All right, so this one's gonna adhere it also with pop dots or with foam stamps, and then this one is gonna overlap the gold a little bit, and the foam things don't really like the gold sometimes, the glitter paper. So what I do is I just have to make sure I place them a little bit off this bottom here, that way they don't touch the gold glitter, and they adhere just to the paper above here. So all I do is I just leave a little edge here. And then the top doesn't matter because there's just paper up there. So we don't really need that many, but I don't want this to bend or cave in. All right. And then we have to put some on our little cake here. Oops. And I'm using thin pop dots or squares, foam squares, whatever you want to call them, because that way it's not so bulky. I don't like it when, you know, some of them are really thick and then you just get too much height in your card. It costs extra postage. And if you need something for that little candle of yours there, I just cut one of these squares in half and place this one up here, and that should take care of it. All right, now let's take care of the backing. So we have to peel the other sticky side off. When they come off the sheet, they have stickiness on one side, but then you still have to peel the side off to be able to adhere to your project. I know this sounds silly for some of you, but if you're new to crafting, this is one of the things that sometimes people struggle. They get it on the piece and then they're like, but it doesn't adhere. Do I have to put adhesive on there? No, you just have to make sure you take the adhesive backing off once you have them on your project. And we position this right here. And it's about ½ inch from the bottom. And then we do the same here. So let's remove these covers, and then okay, there's 1, 2, and this one should be all off. Yep. And then we put this a little bit over the gold, just a tad, and then flush with the side here. And then we have our little rhinestones. And if you're not sure where to place them, what I like to do sometimes, I'm just taking them off, cut them apart, and then just place them so I can play around with them and see, maybe I like them here better, you know, whatever is works for you. You can do it this way. So either or. And then you can, in this case they're big enough, you can use your finger nail to get underneath the adhesive and place them on, or sometimes I use my scissors depending on how big or small they are. Right, I'll just get a little bit close here. Let's move this. There we go, that's better. Okay, for the inside, like I said, everything is stamped, so we're just doing a little bit doodling. So on the bottom here, we do a little swirl, straight line, little swirl at the end. And to make this little bow here, I'm just doing one loop, another loop, and a few squigglies. And then I did just a straight line here and here. And then the top is another little swirl on this end and over this end. And there you have it. Here you have card number 1. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another video. And I will see you back here next week with another card tutorial. Thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.